Hey YouTube, I'm back today with a couple quick macros that I use to run combat in 5e without having sheets of monsters prepared within 5e itself. I'm just going to be using tokens and a couple macros. This is usually how I run my monsters in 5e. So, a way to think about this is it is pretty efficient, because you can be running your game and then say one of your PCs, like Samuel here, decides to come across something that will summon a demon, and he does such a thing and you weren't prepared, but now you kind of have to be as the GM. So this is what I would do in that situation. So he does his action. Whilst I'm describing this as a GM, I'm going to search for a demon token, and I'm looking around and this looks appropriate, so I drop it in. I'm going to quickly name it demon for a reason that you'll see in a second, and then I will find something that fits stats wise. So I've got Tome of Beasts open here for a second, a really good third-party D&D 5e resource of monsters. Very good art as well, and I think I've clipped a few of these pictures myself and put them as tokens so that I can use them in my games. So he's coming up against the demon here, and we need to roll initiative. So I have created a small macro for this. I've just called it Init, and I'll quickly show you what that involves. I'll put all the code in the description for all the macros that I do use. So the way Init works is that it looks for a token, adds the name of the token, then rolls a 1d20 plus a modifier, and then just it says for initiative. You can change this if you wanted, and I'll quickly show you what that looks like. So the modifier, if we come back to the sheet, is +3, because he's got 17 dex, I believe it was. So we'll put 3 in the modifier, and the demon rolled a 4 for initiative, so very low. He's not going to be acting too fast. So Samuel acts first in this regard, and we quickly have to roll up the demon's health. We have to figure out how much health it has. So by the sheet, 16d8 plus 16. Now that might take a little bit to kind of type up in here, but I've created a dice query that you can use for damage and health. You might want to have one that's GM dice query, so that the roll isn't revealed to everyone. So what was that health again? It was 16d8 plus 16. So number of dice rolled, 16. Whoops. And then we can click the up and down arrows to adjust the thing, or we can use the drop down menu here. So d8. Any modifiers? 16. Submit. We get 88 health. So I'll just quickly give you a look at the inner workings of this one. It asks for the number of dice rolled, then it asks for the dice itself and puts those together, so it puts just the number in front of the D, so it becomes 16d20 for example. And then it asks if there's any further modifiers. So all you'd have to do to fix this is just put GM here. If you wanted this to be just for health and things like that, and maybe up here you'd call it GM dice query just to be safe. So now we have its health and we know where it goes in its turn. Now it comes to its turn, and say for example Samuel is a rogue and he is now hidden because he got to attack and then hide as a bonus action. He would need to scout out Samuel, and luckily enough this demon does have +7 in perception. So I have another macro here called enemy random, and that's just anything that isn't an attack. So as you'll see, I'll click on it, it'll give me a prompt for a modifier. I put in its modifier, and then it says for what reason, and what we'll put in is perception. Hope I spelled that right. And you see it says demon rolls an 8 for perception. Not going too good on the rolls here. That's 2 1s. but you'll see that it does correctly add it up. And I'll quickly give you a look at this macro. Where is it? Enemy random, and it's basically the same thing as the attack macro, except it adds another little box asking the reason here. So that's that one. And now that the demon can see Samuel, it's going to make an attack. So I've got an enemy attack here. All this is I'm not going to refer back to the sheet. Let's just say it's +8, and then I've included 2 rolls just in case of advantage or disadvantage. And as you see, this is this token name attacks, asks for a d20 plus the modifier, and then applies it twice. And then for health, I would just use, and then for damage, say it hits. 23 is most likely going to hit most PCs. We'll just do dice query again, and say it rolls 4d6 plus 4, and it does 14 damage. This is essentially how I run most of my monsters. I'll probably put their health in here, like that. And then if you didn't know, you can simply enter minus whenever the PCs hit it, and you can reduce their health like that. And you can very easily run monsters quite effectively this way. The 2 other boxes can be useful for other little bits of information. So you might put, what could you put in here? You could put its movement speed, or AC is a good one. Putting that it has 16 armor class, so you don't need to keep referring back to the sheet, even though I do tend to have the stats window open in another tab so I can have a look at it. And I think that's about it. These are some fairly simple macros. All the code for this will be in the description, or you can, blow up the video and have a closer look. It should be high enough quality to be able to copy it over pretty simply. Thanks for watching my videos. Leave a like below if you could. It's a big help, and I'll see you guys later.